This video is for week 8, Tuesday. So earlier we learned about developing thesis statements in preparation for an upcoming essay. So one other thing that we need to talk about is writing effective topic sentences for our literary analysis. Let's get started. Okay, so this is just a refresher, a reminder about a thesis statement. What is it? The thesis statement expresses your position or interpretation of a subject, and it also makes a claim that others might dispute. You guys are the writers in my classroom, and your thesis statement is going to address your claim or your opinion about a particular subject. And if somebody disputes it or argues with it, that's perfectly fine, because the key here is that it's a claim. It's your opinion. So the thesis statement, again, is in the opening paragraph. It's the very last sentence of your introduction. It's not the beginning or middle of your introduction paragraph. It is the very last sentence of your introduction. Once you have written your thesis statement, that paragraph is done. You move on into the body of your essay. A thesis statement also answers the question of the writing prompt. So I'm going to give you something that I want you to discuss about the Looking Glass Wars, and your thesis statement is going to be a reflection of it. It's going to answer the question that I present to you. And I like to think of the thesis statement as a preview for the paper. It tells the reader everything that you're going to discuss in that paper. It tells them your opinion about a topic. It tells them how you are going to justify your opinion. It's kind of like a movie preview. And a thesis sentence is one sentence. Your thesis statement is one sentence. It's not made up of a couple of sentences. It's just one. Now that we remember what a thesis statement is, let's look at a topic sentence and how it connects to a thesis statement. How does it relate to it? So a thesis statement is the end of your introduction. A topic sentence is the first sentence of your body paragraph. And typically in elementary school and middle school and the beginning of high school, you are working with a 5-paragraph essay. So you have your introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. If you have 3 body paragraphs, you're going to have 3 topic sentences. Each body paragraph is going to start with your topic sentence. So your topic sentence explains or introduces one of your major points from your thesis statement. Normally, your thesis statement mentions 3 points. A topic sentence is a breakdown of that thesis statement, so it focuses on one aspect of that thesis statement. So each body paragraph in an essay, again, has to have a topic sentence at the beginning, and that topic sentence will connect all of the information in that paragraph and unify it, make it one unified idea, and relate it back to the thesis statement. Now, the main ideas expressed in each topic sentence represent the major divisions of the essay. Again, your thesis statement usually has 3 points, and that topic sentence represents one of those major points. So writing those topic sentences before beginning to write the essay helps developing writers organize their essays. If you can, go ahead and write your thesis statement and then your topic sentences before the rest of the essay. It's going to help you keep your focus in that paragraph. That way you don't get off topic or forget what you're writing about. Having a strong topic sentence is going to help you create a strong body paragraph. So I'm going to give you a possible thesis statement for a literary analysis essay for the Telltale Heart. And it's going to be followed by some possible topic sentences for the essay. I want you to read these sentences carefully and evaluate the possible topic sentence. I want you to decide, is it effective? Is it not effective? You're going to tell me by highlighting yes if the topic sentence supports the thesis, or no, it does not. And then, no matter which one you choose, yes or no, explain how it supports or does not support the thesis statement. Here's a note, because you will see this in one of these. Here's a note. A topic sentence does not contain text evidence. A topic sentence is a preview, and like the thesis statement, there's no text evidence in it. You are not using text evidence like quotes or dialogue until you get to after the topic sentence. It's for the chunk of information in the body paragraph, not at the beginning. So let's get started. Okay, so for activity 1, this is a sample question and answer page so that you can see what you need to do. Here is your thesis statement here. In The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, the unnamed narrator is portrayed as an insane, cold-hearted murderer through Poe's use of figurative language, such as a simile, paradox, and personification. So you can see here that you're going to have a body paragraph that focuses on using the simile, and then a second one using a paradox, and the third personification. So your topic or your potential topic sentence is right here. You're going to need to read it, decide if it yes is effective or no it's not, and then explain why. So let's read this one. The narrator's use of a simile to compare the old man's eye to that of a vulture first hints at his murderous intention. So is this a good potential topic sentence? So what we need to decide is, does it relate back to the thesis? Is it controlled? Does it control the focus of the paragraph? And make sure it does not contain details like your text evidence. So yes, this is an effective topic sentence, and I've explained it right here. This topic sentence relates back to the thesis statement with its focus on how the simile highlights the narrator's murderous intent. Furthermore, it does not include text evidence. Instead, that text evidence will be presented in the rest of the paragraph. So you can see here where he focuses on the simile. He does that in the topic sentence. He tells me in the thesis that's what he's going to use. And it tells me the simile hints at the murderous intention, which is what he is trying to prove in the thesis statement. So where it says yes or no, mine is in Google Slides right now. You're obviously going to be using Kami. When you open it in Kami, in the left column, or on the left side of the page, there's going to be a vertical toolbar. You see where my mouse is following. You have the option to select a highlighter that's going to be called markup. That way you can highlight yes or no. I don't care what color you use in the highlighter. You could pick yellow, blue, green, orange, pink, whatever tickles your fancy. You're just going to click or drag it across the word that you think fits, yes or no, and then add a text box here. So let's read some of the others. Okay. We are still working with the same thesis statement, so let's read it again. In The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, the unnamed narrator is portrayed as an insane, cold-hearted murderer through Poe's use of figurative language such as a simile, paradox, and personification. So, here is your potential second topic sentence. The story begins late at night in the old man's bedroom. You need to decide, is this a topic sentence that reflects the thesis statement? In your thesis statement, you are trying to prove the narrator as a cold-hearted murderer, and to prove that, you're going to focus on the figurative language that they use. This figurative language is going to be the simile, the paradox, and personification. Does this reflect anything dealing with simile, paradox, or personification? It doesn't. This is just telling me the beginning of the setting. It doesn't tell me anything about figurative language. It doesn't say anything about the narrator's characterization. So mark yes or no, and then give your explanation. And number 3, same thesis statement, but your potential topic sentence now is pronouns. Poe's use of pronouns without antecedents reflects the instability of the narrator's mental state. So initially, this sounds like it might be a decent topic sentence. It talks about what he uses to show the narrator's instability. You can see that the narrator has an untrustworthy mental state. However, if you look at this part right here, the pronouns without antecedents, this is dealing with grammar. And if we look back at the thesis statement, it's talking specifically about how Poe uses figurative language. In particular, a simile, a paradox, and personification. None of these things relate back to pronouns without antecedents. Okay, The reader begins to question the narrator's sanity when he paradoxically explains calmly that he loved the old man, yet plotted carefully to kill him. So paradoxically means that he's using a paradox. Does it use text evidence? So are there any quotes pulled in here? Does it show that he uses a paradox to question the narrator's cold-hearted intentions? So we've got where he plans to kill him. We question the narrator's sanity, so that relates back to the narrator being portrayed as insane. The figurative language contributes to the menacing tone of the story. So this seems like it might be a decent thesis statement. You've got the mention of figurative language and how it's menacing, but we are not focused on the tone of the story. Our focus in this essay is the narrator and proving that the narrator is insane and cold-hearted. We are not talking about the tone of the story. We are talking about the characterization of the narrator. So does this topic sentence keep that focus from the thesis statement? Okay, the narrator concedes, "If still you think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body." Well, already I can see that this is a quote from the story. I can tell by the quotation marks here. This is something that the narrator said. And remember that a topic sentence cannot have text evidence. It cannot have quotes or dialogue from the story. You can use quotes and dialogue and text evidence in the body of the paragraph after the topic sentence, but it can never be a part of the topic sentence. Number 7, as the narrator personifies death, he implies that he's a murderer. So personify here goes back to personification in the thesis statement. Are they using personification to portray the narrator as a murderer? So if yes, then yeah, that's a good topic sentence. Okay, this is activity 2, and I believe it is the last activity in this assignment. Following is a possible thesis statement for an essay over the telltale heart. Remember, the thesis statement controls the focus of the entire essay. Read the sentence carefully, and then I want you to write 2 possible topic sentences for this essay. So the thesis controls the whole essay, but you're going to write 2 possible topic sentences that each control a paragraph, a chunk of the essay. In the telltale heart, the auditory imagery and dark details create a menacing tone. So your focus is on proving that the tone is menacing. And to prove that, you're going to have a focus on the auditory imagery for one, and then for the other, dark details. So I want you to write 2 possible topic sentences, each one talking about either the auditory imagery or the dark details and how it proves the menacing tone. When you are done, when you're in Cami, there is a turn-in button in the upper right corner. If you click on it, there's going to be a drop-down box. I'm going to drop down to about here. Hit turn in again.